Now, because of an idea, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia debate, actually, some of the things that you moving Ghana assessor, and one of the things here, one of the most powerful corruption or tools, which is the Ghana card. Now, we're talking about we save a particular lady be from a particular him. Now, I was able to social media and I decided to talk about it from Yafa, from a discuss I want to discuss it. But more than a video, no business and can be in your comment section.
Enuanom ne adɔfo no. Mehu sɛ this week nkɔfoɔ ɛka Ghana card ho asɛm paa. Mepɛ sɛ me share me Ghana card experience last week Friday me call bank. Ahopepe nti metumi afa me checkbook, me gya me checkbook wɔ fie. Na mekɔduu hɔ no ɛna mebisa ɔmo attendant baako sɛ ɔmo metumi issue me friend is saying counter check ana because me wey fi me amfa me checkbook. Me call bank nso akyɛ because sisi ano wote wo phone so a wobɛtumi ayɛ your transactions nyinaa. Ti me ne ne kan no so me wɔ me Ghana card there ɛho hia sɛ me dey counter check no if I'm the only signatory to the account. Thanks be to God. Now me nkwa na me signatory to the account. So they said I should pick a number and wait for my turn. Ti me wɔ hɔ na me number ne boy. Me number ne boy na me call teller ni nim. Me call teller ni nim no so. Madam mo pese oyɛ den. Na me so me pese me yi sika free my account ba man fa me checkbook. Na so Ghana card wɔ he. I'm so me Ghana card ne no ani. Na so okay. Any madam mu index finger no facing machine is me nim ne so. Enuanom ne adɔfo no na me de me nsa team machine yi so. Me di team ya na machine ni print information na ɛwɔ me Ghana card ne so no. That means I confirm say yes, information here right. Until I confirm me, no, so make sure me account number, ni account name, no, na make sure amount, I'm pay me paper ne so. Na me sign, na me family number and ho. And I'm yes, every year, mammy, me see come, me see, now that Ben as had they win so by because me call bank at and I miss my age my bank that my age my commercial bank. I remember say I used to work so every customer be or baby I say I'm sorry na me call your photocopy of ne ID card no na me sign the back. Na sana makwendo sene sana money na me brepa and then we used to use a lot of paper in the bank. Say your friend is saying if you're getting call checks now check here. I used to use a lot of paper at that time. I remember say by the end of the week or the day, we had so much copies of transactions I piley were room be. And I can say with the Ghana card in place now, now things are not the same in the banking sector. I think they are rather saving on paper use and they are also going paperless. Thanks be to digitalization by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Bawumia waye bio etisisi anenuanom ne adofo ye kwa akoto aba December 2024 na moma yempre na mpe obi a obetumi de saa nkoso impuntu na aba ya kwemu. Sesi ewiase sesa o. Eti Ghana wo se yenso yetumi sesa ne ekobi. Enti mampe obi a obeba beboa yen a digitalization sisi ahwe wo ye me kwa me call bank ache because I can just do my transactions on my phone. So please, in the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, come December 2024. He is the man who is going to take us to our next chapter, Ghana's next chapter. In that one say, and to share your Ghana card experience.
Obi, let me set the record here and set it straight. And I'm very sad to say Lawyer Chum is a lawyer, he knows it, but Ojina politics is leading to a certain point. Obi, it is never true that in this government there are 1,000 presidential staffers. It is a lie. And your falsehood. And try NDC for years. Oh, I beg you, don't distract me. Let me make my point. It is never true. Obi, I have in my hands my sample report. When you say every year, beginning of the year, presidents we had the report in parliament. And the other one said these things are documents in parliament. The MPs no, but I'm not twisting. Obi, 2010, and I beg you to give me time. Why? Because also confidence on the kind. Obi, 2010. Said Professor Mills. The total number of staff at the presidency, and you see, we need to teach the public so that everybody will understand. I can educate the public. The total number of staff at the presidency is 748. President Mills, 2010. 13 years ago, 748. Out of that, Nobi, ministers of state at the presidency in 2010, no more 6. Presidential staffers, Obi, I had some in year no. Presidential staffers under President Mills, now 27. Other political appointees, 91. Public sector employees, 624. Obi, it is never true that when you go to the Jubilee House, there are 1,000 presidential service. You see, and people assume, I say, watchman no jina bank here woman see. Okofi or say or more bank, it's a banker. Not everybody working at the presidency is a presidential staffer. When you pick the law that establishes the office of the presidency, there were people, there were category of staff that are called presidential staffers. And you'll be your presidency, in your friend of presidential staffer. See, a more appointment, you are given an appointment as a presidential staffer. It is different from cleaner, or you more presidency. It is different from IT support, or you more presidency. It is different from secretary, or you more presidency. Me a presidential staffer. But under the night, don't go for the 2021. I think what I have here is the 2021 report. Minister of State at the presidency. I'm not for the 2021. One Minister of State. As at 2010, can I 6. 2010, na 6. Na 6. I'm not for na 1. Presidential staff is 44. 44. Obi, let it be put on record. There are no 1,000 presidential staffers at the office of the president. 44. 94.7. 44. There are other political appointees. 292. 292. Until the 44 no, Ebeka 292 no. And they count one Minister of State at the presidency no one. The total political appointees at the presidency 337. Under John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in 2016. OBTA. Minister of State at the presidency as at 2016. Minister of State at the presidency. This is the year John Mahama left office. Now was 6 ministers of state at the presidency. OBTA 6. Nana Akufo-Addo has 1. 6. Presidential staffers and John Mahama were 61. 6-1. Nana Akufo-Addo has 44. Presidential staffers and Nana Akufo-Addo were 44. John Mahama there 61. Other political appointees are 118. Nanado there 292. And then we have what we call public sector appointees. Almost civil servants. Obi 2021. Almost 658. These are not politicians. You have two more. No civil service in the post yomo. And here post yomo presidency. Nanado beko Dr. Bawumia beba omeho. So I just say John Mahama Koyano, civil servants, or your accountant, or your cleaner, or your gardener, or your stenographer. They are your politicians. 658. John Mahama in 2016. Now public sector civil servant. 712. Obi 712 under John Dramani Mahama in 2016. Now Danko Akufo-Addo in 2021. 658. Nobody should do this to the people of Ghana. Sure. Let us remember copies. This is dated 30th July 2010. When you open this document, which goes to Parliament this year, 2023, 2022, catering division, where Atame was new, or 43 catering division, or staff 43, your political appointees, your public servants, or seamstress FM, or seamstress 5, your political appointees, your civil servants, or washermen, or messengers, or librarians, or stewards, Department of Parks and Gardens, no, NIPA 51, Ghana Health Service, NIPA 17, Controller and Accountant General for NIPA 17, Audit Service 10, Fire Service 44, Public Works Department, or Prestige 52, Ghana Post, our staff 2, Obilesta County. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, 22nd March 2018. Obi, and also some reports on call Parliament. Ubia chief directors, your politicians 2. Administrative class, your politicians 21. Executive and clerical class, they are not politicians 18. Records 32. Ebasa budget, supply and materials management, internal audit, IT, programmer, research, they are all not politicians. Department of Parks and Gardens 98. Ghana Health Service 46. Controller and Accountant General 13. Audit Service 7. Ghana National Fire Service 61. Public Works Department 64. Telecom, Telephone Exchange, Ghana Post, Okanineboma, now 706. These are not politicians. These are not politicians. 706. They are public servants. It is how better TV Sonaka Radio so can say, the part 1,000 a good presidency. First of all, either you are ignorant or you know, but you are deliberately trying to mislead the public. Because of the idea make we and yeah, MPP in the NDC has this, MPP has this, and that's why I've shown you records of both Professor Tamils and then your friend is saying Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado. And I'm just telling you, this is John Dramani Mahama's statistics. Over 6 ministers of state at the presidency. Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado ever 1. President Mahama no was 61 presidential staffers. Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado ever 44. Me, I'm a presidential staffer. But not everybody at the office of the president is a presidential staffer. Until nobody should ever say it anywhere, say, and that there are 1,000 presidential staffers at the office of the president. If you say it like lawyer knows, he's not ignorant, he knows, but he's deliberately trying to mislead the public. Obi, the other issue, if we are asking for, your friend is saying, downsizing of government, the way our governance is structured, then we are asking for public servants to be laid off. Because like I've just shown you, 195-year office of the president, you know, it moves 700 public servants.
94.7.
So the make 700 public servants. And really, if you say we should cut down the size at the office of the president, then you're asking us to sack public servants. If that is the case, let's have that conversation. Professor Dondramani Mahama list 897. 897 no emu 6 ministers of state, presidential services 61, other political appointees are normal cake 118, obi public servants 712. So maybe the 712 is what we are talking about. There is another thing, sad other government appointees 118,292 Yami Koti and another, and then John Dramani Mahama no obi all scholarship secretariats Kingsley Munina, they are part of sad data no oh Maslok into come Masloka, some more Maslok, director of communication, be all Maslok, or Kasa, other appointees. Anything I offer list now. When you take this list, you realize that there is a name of somebody who works at NEIP as communications for the institution, but okay, the list of friend is saying data from the presidency.
Because say offices under the office of the president.
National Identification Authority. Into Ubekono, Salis the Ukraine, National Education Authority communications guy na PR no, or Kasa presidency data no, into 1 year, Obefi say, or to Jubilee House. But only institutions are a year under the office of the president. We know these things. These are official documents. These are documents that are out there in the public. All we need to do is we want to do the spin. We can do it. But let's tell them the truth first. I remember our last scenario be on this issue of size of number of ministers. Obi, for the optics there, for the optics, say say ministers, but it doesn't save anybody any money. Obi wouldn't say Kojo Ponkruma or MP for Fasa be honorable Kojo Ponkruma. No, you're minister for information. Wouldn't say on G salary as minister of information. It is a ne. Will you Kojo Ponkruma as minister of information? Krana. Sika abusumi biya controller na Ghana ban yetia ono ho a salary no and one ebetua. Let me give you another scenario. If there is an argument that we should merge information and communication ministry, okay, Obi, we merge information and communication ministry. It doesn't mean say bakwa adwuma wejayo. Enti bia one merge enti wo minister baako pe na wo ho. But adwuma na communications ministry e wo ho eseso mo ye no eno no be den ombeye. Adwuma information ministry eno no be ye. The entire staff at the communication ministry, the entire staff at the information ministry, they remain. At the moment, if you say we should merge information and communication with the current arrangement, it means that you are going to save only 2 MPs from being ministers. But you haven't saved any cost on them because every month. And no one honorable Eselowusuni Poma, honorable Poma, Omoji. It took us on your communication minister, Bium. Now, what you need in Ama Kujo Ponkroma Kra. Still, Sabo Sumiaka to be the man honorable Esano, and no obey Obeji. And let me tell you something. Senka Ene, as I say, honorable Eslan's communication minister. Otukwano Tamale, now Oko inspect rural telephony project via. The facts only one, and say director Bia or communications side hono would go and tell the communication information minister, say, oh, you're quiet telephony inspection into Obefaka no idea. Now, it is not as if the work would remain. So, in its actual sense, if you are advocating for something like that, which is not for, if it's not for the purposes of political optics there, then we are asking for these public servants will be laid off.
But say obi a MP no say a minister. In him say ministers Aketiano was struck
no, that's not actually under this government. No. Yes, that's a matter of fact.
MPs and ministers,
the same
cabinet ministers,
yes,
the same salary
actually
as
under this
MPs.
Yes, please.
You know that for a fact.
Oh, for as a matter of fact,
for somebody like Esla, no, our cabinet minister,
on extra money,
on your top up,
Debbie. As a matter of fact, in fact, Okofa, a friend is saying, even the report that was done, say emoluments from possible between 2017 and 18, and no top up kakane insignificant. Some were not even up to 1,000. But under this particular regime, there's no top up. Obi, unim to say under this government, 30% of the appointees, almost salary has been taken off.
No, almost salary, 30% every so and answer 30% of
the. Say he has been taken off.
No, me about
Abayaji.
Okay, baby.
No, me say 30%
of the appointees. And as appointees need our salary na 30%.
I may say 30% of who appointing or salary.
Okay.
Yes. Yaji, it means that if you were earning 1,000 Ghana cedis, now you are earning 700 Ghana cedis. That is a policy that His Excellency the President has already announced. Then what we are really, you, the person you are really advocating for, so saying political optics there, then you're asking for layoffs of public sector workers. Because what presidency here, may say, and I'm giving you the figures, under John Dramani Mahama, they had a total of 897 staff. Out of that 897, 712 were public servants. And Nana Adudanko Ekufuado, we have a total of 995 staff. Out of that 995 staff, 658 are public servants. They are not politicians. Omono, Dr. Bawumia 2025 January, or office wa sang for no moment. Dr. Bawumia appointment obey no, it doesn't affect Sankrofu. There are people National Service Office of the President, no more National Service no more Office of the President Castle and there are some people are to more castle. And then no Jubilee House. They still work there, they are still there. They are still in the accounts department. They are still in the IT department. They are stenographers. Some are under parks and gardens and all of that. Until we should situate that conversation well. But for the ranking member of health in the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana to sit on TV and say, Abai has a large size government and that there are 1,000 presidential staffers at the presidency, it is a complete lie. It is a falsehood, and I feel I have the obligation as a Ghanaian to set the record straight. Okay. And I don't say any defend. Me, I don't defend. I clarify. That's my job. If you accuse me of defending, then I say you're also attacking. So why are you always also attacking? Our job as politicians is to ensure once we lead the country, we clarify issue, educate them. It is not a matter of attack and defense. It's an intellectual space where we share divergent views and ideas and ensure at the end of the day, we take decisions that will go to the benefit of our people. Okay. I just wanted to set that record that it's a complete lie. It is a falsehood. We do